Film Guild. Tonight we're going to talk about Purple Rain. Now, many of you actually like this film. I'm going to go see the actual reviews and ratings on Rotten Tomatoes. So while that's loading, I'm going to go and, do my usual shit talking on the film. I think it is one of the worst films I've ever seen personally. It's got a huge fan base due to the fact that Prince is in it. Which for me, a celebrity cannot save a film, no matter how big that celebrity is. They can be a fantastic musician like Prince. I have no disrespect to his music or his quote-unquote creative genius. I don't really see it, but I guess others do. Therefore, the ratings talk. But, personally, I can't stand the film. I think Purple Rain has no cohesive plot. I mean, there is a plot, yeah, but it's sidetracked by 15 other side stories going on. And, for a film for 1984, there were films out at that point that had more standards towards the viewers and appreciation for the viewers, not just an extended 2-hour music video of what Prince's music is, and throw in a couple of scenes like where his mother's getting smacked around and then he starts smacking his girlfriend around. Because it's usual when, you get a fucking present from someone, you just go to the person simply because they want to work with someone else. And you could tell me, oh yeah, he wanted to save her from working with Morris. Well, he didn't have to smack her. He could have just said, don't fucking work with Morris. But I guess, it's more manly for him to smack her around. Prince has some nerve calling his parents a freak show. I don't know if he's looked at himself recently. I mean, it's just like he's like a hobbit vampire who has afro sheen and does bizarre things on stage. I mean, seeing him hump a stage is not how I plan to, get my kicks. I'd rather watch someone like Baltimora hump a stage, but he's dead because of AIDS, so that's not happening anytime soon. I don't really know exactly what the music has to do with some scenes, except for the masturbating song, as I call it, because I don't know any of Prince's song names besides Purple Rain, because I don't really care to look into his music that much. But yeah, there's a couple of scenes that are quote unquote interesting. The Lake Minnetonka scene was pretty interesting. The motorcycle montage to When Doves Cry was pretty awesome too. Barnyard Love. That's just what I'm fucking looking forward to. You know what? I'm gonna stop being Mr. Nice Guy. This fucking film sucks, okay? Morris E. Day is the most enjoyable part of this film, and he's a side character. So that says a lot about a film, doesn't it? When a side character adds more entertainment and fun than the actual main character. That says a lot about films. It's speaking in volumes for this fucking film. Other things that, might have saved this film would have been, I don't know, less time for the Revolution songs. Go to a concert. Not every song has to be 10 minutes spliced in between footage of you trying to paste together some kind of plot that isn't there. I mean, imagine this film like a fucking Berlin Wall between you and Logic, and the bricks are made of Prince humping speakers, like noises at the top of the lungs are more like and then add in 4,000 pounds of really bad 80s echo reverb. Did you know that recording a woman crying and moaning at the same time, then playing it backwards for your girlfriend is a good surefire way to get in her pants? And by getting in her pants, I don't mean have sex with her. Prince sits there and like nibbles on her neck and like rubs her vaginal crevice. You just in there rubbing. I don't know what. I mean, I guess that's stimulating to her, but if he was doing that to me, I'd probably cry. I mean, I don't mind gay men coming on to me, but if it's Prince, I'd probably really cry. I don't know if you've noticed, I kind of have an agenda against Prince, because he kind of scares me. He's kind of like a Freddy Krueger figure to me. I'm gonna have nightmares tonight of him singing Darlin' Nikki and fucking Computer Blue, as I'm, like, trying to lull myself to sleep, and just the images in my head of him and his father playing piano, and then Prince being like, "Is that yours?" And so like, "Yeah, it's mine. Whose else would it be?" Really cool fucking. I mean, this is like on the Descent 2 level of bad. If you watched my review for that, you can kind of understand why I hate this film. You know, it's really hard for me to kind of process how people could just die. I'm losing my train of thought just thinking of the fact that the whole movie could have been saved if Prince just fucking listened to the tape of Purple Rain, saving us from 2 hours of this shit. He could have just sat there, listened to the cassette, played with the band. That would have been their thing. They would have been popular. It would have been over. But no, the melodrama had to happen, and Morris's side band. You know what? Morris and Jerome really saved this film for me. The only reason that it's gonna get one tear-shaped guitars, whatever the fuck that is, out of, or cloud shape, or whatever the fuck shape that stupid fucking white guitar that costs $1,500 that he bitch slapped his girlfriend for, hey, you got me a guitar, here's an earring. Oh, wait, you're gonna work with Morris? Oh, shit. Right to the face. You know, I mean, there are points of this film where I just want to, like, laugh out loud, and I do. And it's like 11 p.m., so it's just really odd for anyone walking by my door and just hearing Prince sing and then me laughing and wondering, like, how could you be laughing at Prince? He's one of the greatest entertainers of our time. Yeah, definitely entertaining, and he's in the wrong industry. I mean, his music is somewhat okay, but his comedy factor of just watching him act in this film is pretty much evidence of my love for shitty 80s cinema, but this takes it over the edge. This is like over the top and not in a good way. This is like if we were to refilm Home Alone and put the members of Menudo in instead of Macaulay Culkin. That's how bad this fucking film is. Closing remarks. I I can't get over the drummer and his mustache. I can't get over their non like reasonable personalities, how the band hates him while they're backstage, and then on stage they're all like cool with each other. That girl Wendy or whatever the fuck her name is all like, "You gotta play your songs, man." He's like, "I'm not playing your songs," and they're like, "Fuck you then," and then they go on stage and they're all jamming. Anyway, it's you don't feel the tension of the band. You don't even feel anything. And Prince is a dick. You know that? He's a real dick in this film. He sits there with his little hand puppet, and after Wendy's made her speech about how he can hurt people, he's like, "And the Oscar for Best Actress goes to." He's a real dick. And then he just is a dick throughout this film. I don't see how people can find him to be a romantic person at all. He's just a self-absorbed asshole who's shorter than, well, about as tall as I am. I'm 5'3", but I'm Asian and I have a small penis, so that's my excuse in the world. What's his? I don't really know. Yeah, I really don't know what this film is about. I really don't even intend to care. I just watch for the scenes with Morris and Jerome, and that is the focus of my review. Morris and Jerome are the reason this film gets one fucked up shaped guitar out of 5. Thank you.